2 weeks ago, I did a little test and many of you had issue with the pronouns y and en. So let's fix that today. We are going to review the rules for both with many examples. Then you have a 20 question test. I know that's a lot, but we are going to start with 10 easy ones and then 10 that are a little bit more challenging, but I'm sure you will do great. And don't forget, as usual, the free PDF, of course. If you need more exercises, check out my grammar book. Plenty of exercise about this subject and all the subjects that you have questions about. This lesson is indeed inspired by the lesson in the book. So let's do it. The pronoun y in French is going to replace both places and things. For places, we are going to replace a group of words by the pronoun y, usually right after the verb. Y is going to replace the following preposition, so the group of words starting with these specific prepositions. So we have a, the one with the accent, which can be a, au pluriel, a l'apostrophe, à la. It can be all of those. We also have en, dans, et chez. If we look at the order in a sentence, we are going to have subject, the pronoun y, and then the verb. Or if it's a negative sentence, we are going to have subject and apostrophe, y, verb, and pas. A common way to remember it is that y for places can be translated to there, kind of. Let's see some examples, it will be much easier to understand. The first one is elles sont au parc. Elles sont au parc. Au parc can be replaced by the pronoun y. So ici, au parc is after the verb. We are going to replace it by the pronoun y, and, well, the pronoun y, like we just saw, is going to be before the verb. So now we have elles y sont. Elles y sont. Another one. Je vais en Espagne cet été. Je vais en Espagne cet été. En Espagne is going to be replaced by y. J'y vais cet été. J'y vais cet été. Le document est dans le tiroir. Le document est dans le tiroir. Dans le tiroir is going to be replaced by y. Le document y est. Le document y est. Now if we look at one with chez, we have mes parents sont chez mes cousins. Mes parents sont chez mes cousins. Chez mes cousins, you guessed it, is going to be replaced by y. Mes parents y sont. Mes parents y sont. Easy. So that's for when y replace places. Now we are going to look at when y replace things. Y is going to replace a noun after a verb introduced by the preposition a. So it can be like we saw before. A, au, a l'apostrophe, or à la. And here, instead of focusing on what is after the verb, you have to focus on the verb itself. In French, we have a very long list of verbs taking a after. A lot of people ask me how to know if we have to put a or de after a verb. It's not if you have to put anything, the a goes with the verb. So instead of looking at what is after the preposition a, you have to look at what is before the preposition a. Always pay attention to the verb before the prepositions. It's going to tell you more about the preposition than what is after the preposition itself. So let's see a few verbs taking the preposition a and therefore taking the pronoun y. Penser à, to think about. Il pense à son examen. Il pense à son examen. À son examen can be replaced by y. Il y pense. il y pense. But a very common mistake that I see a lot is to use it with people. If we say je pense à mon mari, je pense à mon mari, you cannot technically say j'y pense. You have to say je pense à lui. Je pense à lui. So this is a pronom tonique. So remember that after penser with people is always going to be a pronom tonique and not the pronoun y. The next one we have is réfléchir à. Réfléchir à. Je vais réfléchir à ton problème. Je vais réfléchir à ton problème. In my last lesson, a lot of people had issue with where to place the pronoun y when we have two verbs following each other like this one. And this complement here is about réfléchir, about to think about. It's not about I am going to. It's about think about. So here it's going to be before réfléchir. Not before je vais. Not before vais. Before réfléchir. Je vais y réfléchir. Je vais y réfléchir. The next one is s'intéresser à. S'intéresser à. Elle s'intéresse à la musique. Elle s'intéresse à la musique. This one is a reflexive verb and it's good to show you where to place the pronoun as well. So we have elle s'y intéresse. Elle s'y intéresse. Not elle y s'intéresse. The pronoun s is going to be before. Elle s'y intéresse. 3 more. Assister à, which is not to assist, that means to attend. Assister à. On a assisté à ce spectacle. On a assisté à ce spectacle. À ce spectacle, on y a assisté. On y a assisté. Here we have the passé composé. On y a assisté. Participer à. Participer à. Ils ont participé à cette étude médicale. Ils ont participé à cette étude médicale. Here I made it a little bit longer just to show you that whatever is after the verb, it can be quite long. It's still going to be turned into the pronoun y. Ils y ont participé. Ils y ont participé. Jouer à. To play something. Jouer à. This one is quite long. Ces personnes sont en train de jouer aux échecs. Ces personnes sont en train de jouer aux échecs. So here I just wrote that on purpose because sont en train de is also quite confusing when it comes to pronoun, and I can see why. So let's see first what are we going to transform into the pronoun y. We are going to transform aux échecs. Jouer à. Aux échecs. And just like we saw for réfléchir, this is about jouer. Okay? The preposition à goes with jouer, not être. So, sont en train de. It's about jouer. So, ces personnes sont en train d'y jouer. D'y jouer. Ces personnes sont en train d'y jouer. Okay? Now a few expressions with y. We have il y a. Il y a means there is, there are. It never changes in French, no matter if what's following is masculine, feminine, singular, plural. It's all, what am I doing? It's always going to be il y a. For once, we have something easy, just enjoy it. Then we also have let's go, because let's go, we refer to a place, kinda. We know that we have a movement and that we are going somewhere. So obviously we are going to have y in French. So we have vas-y for the singular and allons-y for the plural. Let's go. Vas-y, allons-y. Now the pronoun en. If you understand about the pronoun Y, you are going to understand about the pronoun en. It's very, very easy. Here the pronoun en is going to replace an object, including the preposition de this time. Before, for Y, it was a. Now we have de. And expressions of quantity, including usually partitive articles such as de, du, de la, and des. En is used to talk about things and quantity, not people. Even though in spoken French, you can hear it for people as well. You know, grammar rules in spoken French is not always the same thing. So yeah, you can totally hear that for people in spoken French, but if you have an exam, anything like this, maybe don't use it for people. Just like other pronouns, en is going to be placed before the verb. So we have subject, en, and verb. We also have, for the negation, subject, and apostrophe, en, verb, and pas. Or any kind of negation. I should say that at the beginning. Any type of negation is going to be the same. Plus, jamais, etc. Same principle. Same thing. So let's see. Je mange du chocolat. Je mange du chocolat. Du chocolat is going to be replaced by en. We have j'en mange. J'en mange. Easy. Il boit du jus d'orange. Il boit du jus d'orange, du jus d'orange. Il en boit. Il en boit. Ok? Est-ce que tu as du réseau? Est-ce que tu as du réseau? Question mark. So you can reply, oui, j'en ai. Oui, j'en ai. Okay? So it's just a way to not repeat du réseau in the answer. That's it. But we have a very specific thing for en because we talk about quantity. So anything related to quantity will stay after the verb. Let's see 2 examples, it's going to make much more sense. We have j'ai beaucoup de temps le week-end. J'ai beaucoup de temps le week-end. So here, beaucoup de temps, we are going to replace it by the pronoun en. But the reference of quantity, which is beaucoup, is going to stay after the verb. J'en ai beaucoup le week-end. J'en ai beaucoup. This is the important part. So en is going to replace so de temps and beaucoup stays after the verb. J'en ai beaucoup. Very, very important. Let's try this one. Je lis 2 livres par mois. Je lis 2 livres par mois. 2 livres is the expression of quantity, okay? But we are going to replace livre by en. We are going to keep de after the verb. J'en lis 2 par mois. J'en lis 2 par mois, okay? And just like with Y, we also have a lot of verbs taking de after. The first one, avoir besoin de. Avoir besoin de. J'ai besoin de dormir. J'ai besoin de dormir. J'en ai besoin. J'en ai besoin. Another very similar one is avoir envie de. Avoir envie de. Elle a envie de fraises. Elle a envie de fraises. Elle en a envie. Elle en a envie. S'occuper de. S'occuper de. Il s'occupe de ton passeport. Il s'occupe de ton passeport. De ton passeport. Il s'en occupe. Il s'en occupe. So here remember it's a reflexive verb. We saw one for Y. So here same thing. The pronoun S is going to be before en. Il s'en occupe. Parler de. Parler de. La voisine parle de ses projets. La voisine parle de ses projets. De ses projets, la voisine en parle. La voisine en parle. A very common one, manger de. Manger de. Je ne mange pas de produits laitiers. Je ne mange pas de produits laitiers. De produits laitiers, je n'en mange pas. Je n'en mange pas. Je n'en mange pas. A last one, we have sortir de. Sortir de. Ils viennent de sortir du restaurant. Ils viennent de sortir du restaurant. Du restaurant is what we are going to replace by en. So, ils viennent d'en sortir. It's before sortir, not before venir. Ils viennent d'en sortir. Just like Y, let's see a few expressions with en. I have enough. We have three different ways to say that in French. We have j'en ai marre, j'en ai assez, j'en ai ras-le-bol. J'en ai marre, j'en ai assez, j'en ai ras-le-bol. Why? Because en avoir marre de, en avoir assez de, en avoir ras-le-bol de. Simply. Then we have I don't care, je m'en moque, je m'en fous, je m'en fiche. Je m'en moque, je m'en fous, je m'en fiche. And this one is not really an expression, but it's more a very common sentence. We have what do you think of it? What do you think of it? Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Why? Because penser de. Simply. A quick point about Y and en together in the same sentence. Y is always going to be first and en is always going to be second. I have two ways to remember this one. I'm sure one of them is going to stick with you. I probably know which one. So the first one is that Y is only one letter and en is two letters. So Y first, one letter, en second, two letters. Okay. The second one is about the donkey. The donkey, I-en, okay? The donkey. Usually that one sticks very, very well. The donkey. Alright, let's see a few sentences with that before starting the test. We have il y aura du champagne au mariage. Il y aura du champagne au mariage. So it's il y a, there is, but in the future tense. So there will be. Il y aura. Then du champagne au mariage, we can replace it by en. Il y en aura. Il y en aura. Il y en aura. If you want to say there's none left, or there's never any, you will say il n'y en a pas, il n'y en a plus, il n'y en a jamais. Il n'y en a pas, il n'y en a plus, il n'y en a jamais. Now the little test. For the 10 first questions, you are going to have the full sentence, and you have to change a part of the sentence into the pronoun Y and en. You have 10 seconds for each sentence, you get the answer right after the question. The second part is a little bit more challenging because you only have a sentence without any background, without anything. So you have to guess if it's a sentence about a place, if it's a sentence about things. Is the verb taking a or de? This is the most difficult part, obviously. You do have the translation in English, so it's quite easy to see if it's a place, if it's an expression, you know. Maybe some of them are tricky. Who knows? Who knows? Bonne chance! Elle a acheté des pommes au marché. Des pommes. Elle en a acheté au marché. Je vais prendre des falafels. Des falafels. Je vais en prendre. On a vu ce film au cinéma. Au cinéma, on y a vu ce film. Je vais aller à la plage. À la plage, je vais y aller. Est-ce que tu connais de bons restaurants? De bons restaurants. Est-ce que tu en connais? Il ne veut pas aller aux courses. Aux courses. Il ne veut pas y aller. Est-ce que ton téléphone est dans ton sac? Est-ce que ton téléphone y est? Il n'a pas commandé assez de papier. Assez de papier. Il n'en a pas commandé assez. Je ne pense pas à cela pour le moment. À cela, je n'y pense pas pour le moment. Tu penses à ton frère? À ton frère, but oui, je pense à lui. Now the 10 questions are a little bit more challenging, but I'm sure you will do great. Pourquoi ne pas en acheter plus demain? More, quantity. Pourquoi ne pas y aller demain? To go, so you refer to a place. Tu en as entendu parler? Entendre parler de. Allons-y. The expression let's go. Qu'est-ce qu'il en a pensé? The common sentence penser de. Je n'en reviens toujours pas. Revenir de. Nous n'en avons pas. Avoir de quelque chose. Est-ce qu'elle y est toujours? Être, to be in a place. Il n'y en a plus. Always, Y first and en after. Il n'y en a plus. Tu en as vu au magasin? Refers to things and quantities. That's it for today. I hope you understand Y and en better after this lesson. Let me know if you have more questions about it. I will do my best to help you in the comment section. And otherwise, I will see you next Wednesday for a new lesson. À mercredi prochain.